Hello, Bediddlers. We now are going to take on the final two robot masters, and the weapon we got from Heatman was the atomic fire. And fire, well, we don't really like forest fires, do we? So Woodman will be our next victim. There he is. It's a tree, but not to be underestimated. So here we are in our forest-themed level, and we have these bat enemies called batongs. They take 2 hits with your regular weapon. Fairly simple. These rabbits that fire carrots at you quite rapidly. So you know what we're going to do. We're not going to use a metal blade, but let's get out the quick boomerang. Have an easier time with it. And indeed, them kill these bats in 1 hit. So if they're really giving you a problem, then I would recommend doing that. And indeed, this stage is absolutely full of these things. We now seem to be inside the tree. Quite a nice little effect there. We now come to these enemies, which are amusingly known as hot dogs. Oh yeah, I see what you did there. And we can actually demonstrate the weapon we got from Heatman, because if we fully charge it, have to wait for that 3rd beeping sound, and then that's fully charged, and that's 1 hit. Lovely. And we get a little bit of a refill. Thanks. This one here, I'm going to use I'll beat this one legit. And this is the way that you would do it. It's a simple pattern, although the length of the fire breath that he spurts does differ, I believe. This one here is slightly awkwardly positioned, so let's dispose of it with our atomic fire. Let's time this correctly. Well, we didn't, but he's dead, which was the main purpose of that. And this is our first checkpoint. I say the 2nd checkpoint is before the boss. So yeah, it is our first checkpoint. More bats. Let's just metal blade them. And we now come up to the top of the tree, you might say. And we have these monkey enemies that jump towards you, like so. And as you can see, the metal blades make very easy work of this. So let's switch weapons. And of course, the pippy enemies that will drop the bird enemies, which we don't want, like that. But apart from that, that's it. It's not too tricky this level. But the boss could give you a run for your money. More rabbit enemies. Let's watch him throw a carrot. There we go. A pink. Looks more like a pink carrot for some reason, but we don't question these things. There's an awkward angle. Metal blade, as you remember, can be shot diagonally. And we still got hit because we're a buffoon. Pillock McGee is my name indeed. Another one here. I mean, you wouldn't think that I've actually have experience playing this game with all this dawdling around that I'm doing. These chicken enemies take a lot of hits, so don't bother attacking them. Well, if I'm not mistaken, an atomic fire can kill them in 1 hit. But you'd normally want to save that for Woodman. Indeed, when atomic fire, this weapon here, the atomic fire, fully charged can kill him in 2 hits. But we're going to go use our trusty Buster. And your best technique, he has 2 attacks. He has his leaf shield. That does a lot of damage, that leaf shield. So do not get hit by that. The falling leaves do less damage. But this is what he does. He gets as many hits in as you possibly can. But yes, he basically forms a shield around him, chucks it at you, and leaves fall from the treetops, you might. Let's see if we can actually get him in one. There we go. And no damage, because you can actually shoot through the leaves. I wasn't sure whether I was going to be able to do that or not. But yes, that's Woodman for you. And yes, no damage run of Woodman. But he can be a little bit tricky to get used to, because that leaf shield, you might have trouble dodging it at first. And it does do a lot of damage. It takes off 8 hit points. So caution is absolutely advised there. Right, and with that, we move on to the final robot master. Now, the Leaf Shield is not good against Crashman. It's actually good against Airman. And indeed, I forgot to mention, and I can't believe I didn't mention it, there's actually a song that was written about how difficult it is to defeat Airman, and I will link that in the description because it's a banging song and I recommend you listen to it. But for now, we're going to go after Crashman. Crashman, who is actually weak to Airman's weapon. Here's Crashman. And his level is a vertical one, and we will keep climbing upwards. And to demonstrate Woodman's weapon, come over here. There we go. It's basically a shield, and it does a good job. As long as you don't move, it will stay on you and will kill anything that touches it. But as soon as you move, it goes away. So you might find that useful. Indeed, there are points in this level that you will find it useful, and I'm going to demonstrate where you will find it useful. Metal Blade again, great to take out these tellies. These metals over there are positioned so that when they shoot, they can easily nab you. Let's see if we can do it. There we go. There we go. Just takes a little bit. A fun little dodge there. I like that. And 3. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Now we now come to this stage's main gimmick. Lifts. And a lot of them. And of course, if those tellies are giving you trouble, you can simply equip the leaf shield. Or, if you have item 1 that we acquired from Heatman, you can skip the entire thing. You can skip that pattern. But we're not going to do that. We're going to do it legit. And incidentally, if you use the time stopper that you got from Flashman, it will freeze the lift, so that's not going to help you. I believe there is one more room of these, yes, and it's the most convoluted pattern of them all. Let's equip the leaf shield. There we go. And we can just stand there, and the tellies can't do a darn thing about it. But yes. Of course, if you can't be bothered to do this, crack out your item 1. Things will go much quicker if you do that. There we go. Now, there's going to be a blocky enemy, the one that will split apart. But if I'm not mistaken, and maybe I am, I think a fully charged atomic fire can destroy it. Although I could be wrong, I am not wrong. There we go. Trouble with the atomic fire, it's a very expensive weapon. It's much more expensive than I think it should be. I think I already mentioned, I feel you should at least get 3 fully charged ones. Not 2.5, but there we go. That Met is very tricky to dodge. Let's see if we can actually do it. Yes. A little bit of precision and you're fine. Now this is we're coming to the most irritating part of this stage. Especially if you don't have any weapons. I have the leaf shield, which will make this a bit easier, but I still expect to get hit here. You basically ascend this ladder and you get these birds that sort of pop out. Whereas oops, that was iOS. And when you pause the game, you still drop from ladders, so watch out there. Now we have the leaf shield, which makes this a lot bearable. And we could just still get hit, of course. So what we're going to do here, leaf shield again. With the leaf shield, this is fairly bearable, but without it, it's a complete pain. And right now, there's more of this to come, so I'm just going to equip the flash stopper and freeze time. There we go. That shotman doesn't do anything. That bird is just sat over to the left doing nothing. And we're great. There we go. Now, normally, if you don't have any items, you can't get out here and you have to go all the way down. But luckily for us, item 2, wonderful. Item 2 again, wonderful. No worries there. These plunger enemies once again. You could take them out with the metal blade or the air shooter. Let's use the air shooter because I think it's more fun to use in some ways. There we go. Although you may want to save it for Crashman, or the Crashman himself. Absolute doddle with the air shooter. Kills him in 3, sometimes 2 hits. With the Buster, which is what I'm going to demonstrate, well, it's a very long and quite noisy fight. but this is what I'm going to show off. So as you can see here, Crashman doesn't do anything. And he's I say that and he immediately hits me. But yeah, when you jump, he'll react. There we go. Or I should say, when you shoot him, he'll react. My apologies. But yeah, I just like to keep him in this pattern here. Walk away, jump, shoot. You can get more hits in 1, 2, like that, but that's a little bit risky, I find. So this is your best bet. But it's I don't usually like bustering Crashman. Not so much that it's difficult, but it's just a bit tedious and loud. Listen. Yeah, that's a bit annoying. And he takes a lot of hits. One buster shot is 1 unit of damage, so you have to do this 28 times, and eventually he will go away. But yeah, this is it. This is Crashman's deal. Very simplistic pattern, even though he caught me off guard to begin with. But yeah, that's all. This is all you're doing. So if you want to take him on first, which I don't necessarily recommend because his stage is a little bit irritating, then this is what you could do. 2 more hits. Let's be cocky, and there we go. And with that, my friends, that is the last of the Robot Masters. And for defeating Crashman, we get, there we are, the Crash Bomber, and that can destroy those breakable walls that we saw in Flashman stage, Heatman stage, and so on. But with that is the end of part... What part is this? Part 4! Of course it is. And next time, when you press stage select, you're immediately thrown in to the next part of the game. There we go. Yes. Next time, we will be taking on Dr. Wily's fortress. And there he is in his little flying saucer. And there we have our fortress. But I will not be dealing with that today. I'll be dealing with that next time. Until then, look forward to seeing you then. Hello, Bediddlers. Before I go, I thought I'd just show a couple of nice things you can do with the time stopper that I didn't get a chance to show you. Go back to Airman's stage, equip it here, and these things, these goblins appear without any of the horns, which makes this section a lot easier. So that could be one way of, you know, if you think this section may be a bit too tricky, then you could certainly do that first. Another little bonus feature, if you hold down the jump button when you select a Robot Master, you get pippies instead of stars. What a delightful thing! Now, if I time this correctly, there is another trick with the flash stopper you can do. Right down here we have the hot dogs, but if you time it exactly right, you can skip pretty much all of them. See, we can see it up there. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. I equipped it, I went too early, and it started to splodge its way in, but it acted as if it was there already. Oh well. We'll try that again. Okay, let's try that again. Equip the flash stopper. And there we go, they don't appear. Strange what happened the first time, but you get the idea. I don't think I'm going to be quick enough, but if you're quick enough, you can prevent the final one appearing as well, but I did not do that, so I'm just going to have to kill him. There we go. Not too bad. Before I go, a little fun thing you can do if you really fancy it. You can actually get inside Woodman's shield when you kill him. Haha! That was fun and served no purpose whatsoever. See you next time.